high insurance rates dragging you down? Call Randy King at 817-226-5464.
Terrence Johnson, FridayNightGlory.com, alongside my partner Kenny Matthews. We're here for a big matchup today. Denton Ryan, Highland Park. They are none familiar with each other because Highland Park has owned the rivalry. I would call it a rivalry because they met it every year, 2016, 17, 18, with Highland Park taking out the victories. This year it's a little bit different. The team that Denton Ryan defeated last week, Longview, they barely put points on the board. 27-9 was the final. Highland Park struggled with them early in the season, but as you and I know, the man with the fedora always have something cooking. How you think this game going to go tonight?
You know, I've been going back and forth a little bit last week after I did the Highland Park Lone Star game last week, and I kept thinking if they play Ryan, it's part 3. I kept telling myself this, Terrence. You got there the first time there in 2018, I said Sanders gets hurt. 2017. In 2018, you got him close, but you didn't knock down that door. Last year, Lone Star knocked them off before they got the chance to do part 3. This year, the same natural progression with Billy Bowman and those boys that have been through all those hard losses. I think the third time's a charm for Denton Ryan. The defense is unbelievable. Bear Alexander is all I got to say about that.
That's all you would need to say with a name like Bear Alexander. He was all over the field last week against Denton Ryan when they played Longview. This week, Highland Park line is up for a big task with one man. That's Bear Alexander. So if they can contain him for most of the game, as you know, as the game goes on, they seem to get stronger. What do they have to do to keep Bear under control?
I think you're obviously going to have to double team him from time to time, but I think a lot of misdirection type stuff, I think, which you'll have to try to do against them. But when you do misdirection stuff against Denton Ryan's defense, all that does is leave that speed for those linebackers to be able to make those plays. Is it possible that the Denton Ryan defense is better this year minus a Drew Sanders? Because of the addition of Bear Alexander? That, to me, is the biggest thing here, is that Denton Ryan defense is unbelievable. I mean, they just don't give up a whole lot of yards. You have to earn whatever they do. But I think that offensive line for Highland Park is better than it was last year. And I do know one thing. They could run the football. Maybe the most balanced Highland Park attack we've had in this 4-year era here, with the Bond kid and the Gabriel kid back there running back. And, of course, obviously, we got the Trigger fam back there, Mr. Hawaii. My man Gossett. Shager. Throwing to Petty John, who has been a guy that's been on varsity since his freshman year, and he finally was able. Here's a guy that waited his turn, and now, his senior year, he is a big-time target for the Scots. And you have that man, you said, Mr. Fedora, man. I could bet against him, but I just did. Denton Ryan wins, I think, by 10 points here today. Something like 31-21. I think that they do win here, Terrence. But I do think that this is going to be one of those classic games where maybe Denton Ryan gets it out, extends it out late. I think it's going to go back and forth because I just think you can't go against that pedigree of the Scots.
Yeah, and I believe that too, because Denton Ryan's plays more physical than I've ever seen them have. So it's going to be a very physical game today, and you can't count out neither team. I win Highland Park. Much love to Denton Ryan for when I see him. Just going my gut feeling and trying to protect my little sparkling record here. But hopefully it'll be a good game. No rain. It's kind of cool out here, Kenny.
Yes,
so we'll see you guys at halftime or maybe after the game. Stay tuned for FridayNightGlory.com.
Friday Night Glory, Globe Life Park, and Denton Ryan avenges a couple of tough defeats for hire here in the advance to the semi-round here, and I'm here with Garyreon Marsh, and man, for you guys to finally get over the hump and beat, it's been in the background for a while. It's got to be fairly rewarding.
Yes, sir. Well, basically, my brother played for Denton Ryan in 2016, so I told him all week that I was going to get it done for him, so that's what we did.
Man, this was a old-school defensive football game out here today. A lot of hard hitting, a lot of plays on the defensive side. Did you kind of expect the game to kind of go this way, or you thought it was going to kind of go up and down a little bit?
Well, Coach told us all week that when they get in the red zone, it's going to be 0 or 3. Stop them or give them a field goal, because that was going to help us stay in the game and keep the lead.
You guys stepped up big time defensively here. A couple of turnovers, stopped up from scoring. You shut them out in the second half. Game plan must have been pretty airtight, buddy.
Yes, sir. Well, basically, we knew our D-line was going to get to the quarterback, so we had to do our job to just cover. And when it scrambles, just lock on the man.
Man, Bear Alexander, he had the big game last week. How much has he been a big difference for you guys on the back end?
Well, he makes our job easier because he's getting to the quarterback, and it makes it easier for us to cover.
You have the big pick. What kind of goes through your mind when you know that's a big game, probably game over play for you? What kind of goes through your mind when you secure it? Are you kind of looking over your back to make sure nobody strips it from you?
Well, basically, I'm just trying to seal it. But in the first quarter, I was manned on somebody. I jumped the other route and dropped one. So I told myself I got to get another one, and that's what I did.
When that final whistle goes off and you kind of get to advance some of those things like that hear it all the time. Like you said, your brother lived through that part. What's the first thing that goes through your mind?
We got over the hump because people saying they are kryptonite or something. So we made sure we got it done.
Now you advance to your 4th straight semis over here. It's not about just into this round here. It's about championships at Denton Ryan. What makes this year different?
We play as a team, and we just get it done, basically.
Man, I like what he says over here. He's got great answers over here. Friday Night Glory, Kenny Matthews, Denton Ryan, the big 17-7 win. My man Darius over here, big game.
Terrence Johnson, FridayNightGlory.com, back here at Globe Life Park. Big upset for Denton Ryan today. Y'all got over the hump over Highland Park. You had over 100 yards, 2 TDs. Tell me about this game coming in.
It was a focus. We just had some key points. Start fast. We started fast, so we got up 14-0, and we had to finish out the half on the bright side. We got a field goal right before halftime, and it was just whoever played faster, tougher, longer, and we did that. We came out with the victory.
Now, you guys been trying to get over that hump from 2016, 17, 18. How good does this feel right now, your senior year? You committed to OU, so Boomer Sooner. They're going to get a good guy here. How do you feel about this win today as Highland Park? I always had you guys' number.
I feel great. It's not really too much I got to say about it because, I'm not really a talker, but it's just another game, another victory. It's win or go home, and I didn't want to go out sad again to this team again, so we just had to come out and do what we do.
How about that big, awesome catch by Jatavian when the game got started? Big one-handed grab. What does it say about you and that guy's a tandem with Henigan throwing the ball? You guys can be balanced, but your defense held on for you today.
Yeah, Ryan is known for our defense, but our offense has stepped up big time. Whenever I get double teamed the most, and they'll double team Jatavian every once in a while, and it just opens up opportunities for our other players, and you can't count them out.
So you guys will move on next week to face Mansfield Summit back here at the Globe more than likely. What do you have to do just to stay prepared, keep that mindset to go ahead and get over that hump?
After tonight, we need to get over it. We need to come back Monday with a new mindset and get to that film room and work throughout the week, and it's just another game.
I'm going to wish you a good luck because you definitely deserve it. You and the Denton Ryan Raiders. Billy Bowman, Oklahoma commit. 100-plus yards, 2 TDs. They beat the Scots 17-7 to get over that hump. They'll face next week's Mansfield Summit. For Terrence Johnson and Friday Night Glory, good night.
Friday Night Glory, Kenny Matthews here at Globe Life. This man Denton Ryan avenged a couple of demons from the past. First win over Highland Park here in this round here, 17-7. Coach, what can you say about your defense? Goodness gracious.
Well, those guys have been doing it all year. I thought our defensive coaching staffs, with Shane Tollison, our defensive coordinator, had an unbelievable plan this week for these guys, and the kids did a great job of executing and really just playing hard. As much as anything, we just played hard. We knew what kind of game we were going to get into, that it was going to come down to the wire. It didn't matter if you get ahead or behind, whatever, that it was going to come down to the end against that program. And so, and it did. And
I thought you guys never allowed Shager to get comfortable in the pocket, and then you also made him one-dimensional because you stopped him from being able to rush the football, which I thought would be huge for you guys here.
Yeah, I think our guys just got off blocks and played hard. There wasn't anything magical. Just playing hard, played a lot of man coverage, tried to get up in their face and make them hold on to the ball a little longer than they wanted to, and it's a good offense. We just slowed down, just like their defense slowed us down. That's 2 good teams that went at it right there.
Key is you guys had a couple turnovers. Your defense didn't give up any points in those turnovers.
No, yeah. One of the keys to victory all week was 0 or 3 in the red zone, and our defense had a bunch of stops, big stops. Sudden change with the turnovers was big,
Big for a win for you guys for, like we said earlier, about putting out some demons. Darian, his brother, played, on the 2016 team over here. Finally did the beat over the hump of beating Highland Park. Is that really a big deal to you guys, or just advancing?
Well, both. Both. It's a big deal to advance this time of year, regardless of who you're playing. But the reality is that our team has never played Highland Park. These are different teams. Our coaching staff, there's a good core that have played 3 times and lost. So it's absolutely a monkey off our back to win that game. For me, personally, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. But, I'm just proud of our kids and proud of the staff.
I know you got to prep for next week. Do you at least get like 12 hours to enjoy this one?
Yeah, we always enjoy them. We beat Longview last week. I didn't work on Highland Park till the next morning. We're not going to work on. I've learned a long time ago. You enjoy this. This is they're hard to come by, especially against a team like that. We have so much respect for in a program. So we're going to enjoy it tonight and go back to work tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you, man.
Kenny Matthews, Friday Night Glory. Terrence Johnson.
Terrence Johnson, FridayNightGlory.com, back at Globe Life here with Jatavian Sanders. I talked to him last week. I never knew I'd be talking to him again. Hey, you had the amazing hands with the one-hand grab. I know we talked about what you do to stay prepared, but you guys have finally got over the hump of Highland Park in the semifinals here to move on to live another week to get to state. What was the preparation like going into this game?
We had to be mentally focused. We knew Highland Park was a good team. They're definitely fundamental. They got a good coach, good program, but they had never played nobody like us. We came out and executed on defense. We dominated on defense, matter of fact. Offense came out and did what we had to do. Scored what we needed to, and we just came out and had an overall good game.
Yeah, I would say this was a big statement game because you guys nearly shut out Longview last week. You hold Highland Park to 7 points. You move on to face Mansfield Summit next week here that's been making a lot of noise through the season. What do you guys got to do to keep your heads on to get past Mansfield?
Definitely got to get better every day in practice. Got to be locked in the whole week, mentally focused and physically. We know they're a good team. We just got to come out and dominate like we did tonight.
How many more of those Mosses do you think we'll be able to see with the one-hand grabs? I noticed you tried to get you another one down in the end zone. Was this weather or the little drizzle a little factor in that one?
No, not really. We played in all types of weather before, and it just happened. It just happens. Coach ain't to call a tap. I got the mindset either I'm coming down with it or nobody is. And if you holding me, I'm putting up one hand.
What was Coach Henigan's message before the game and at halftime? Did anything change in his voice and his message? Because you guys pretty much control the game, the whole entire game.
Yes, sir. The whole week he was telling us to come out fast and finish the half. We definitely came out fast, dominated that first drive, ended up with a touchdown, ended up with 3 at halftime, had the momentum, came out halftime, scored, and got multiple stops on defense.
I'm sure to say this, be on the lookout for that one-handed grab. I'm sure Sports Center Top 10 will be contacting Friday Night Glory soon for that. Terrence Johnson, Friday Night Glory, Jatavian Sanders. This kid is a monster. I call him a man-child. He's a big kid with big hands and he can grab the ball. 17-7, they get the victory to move on. They face Mansfield Summit next week. Denton Raiders. Kenny Matthews, Terrence Johnson, good night from Globe Life.